Let's see, 2, 4, 5. So at a glance, it looks like she has delayed timing on her release. So we haven't looked at it in slow motion yet, but we can obviously see even from the normal motion that seems like her feet stops first. Okay. Yeah, seems like her feet stops first before the ball comes down in the swing and she releases it. And then you notice that she has very good follow through. So look at her follow through. She follows through. This is her elbow. Let's put in blue. So this is her elbow. So this is sort of like a really textbook ideal follow through for a one-hander, for a two-hander even as well. I mean, you always you want to have a good follow through because what will be a good follow through? That means your elbow is at least the height of your head or above your head. So in this case, she has an excellent follow through because her elbow, her elbow is around here actually, like this blue point here. So her elbow ends up above her eyes, above her head, which is really good. So one of the few reasons why you want to have a good follow through is because having a high follow through means that your swing is loose and you maximize your ball speed down the lane. And what happens in a tense situation, like for example, if you're bowling in the finals of big money, you're bowling for big money, or it's like it's your first PBA title or your first international title, like you really want something very bad and you're in a high pressure situation, is that your body will tense up. It's just human. Uh, that means there's no human that can be totally, completely relaxed when they feel something is very important to them is on the line, like their whole life purpose is on the line. It's really a make or break, like a spare, like a pin 10 spare could make or break, like between maybe $50,000 and like $20,000, or like it's the title that they always dreamed of. So when you're in this situation, your body will get tense. And what happens when you get tense is that your follow through is going to get tense as well because your arm muscles are going to get tense. So if you normally have a high follow through like Daria, if you get tense, at most your follow through, even if you get tense, your follow through will reach here. That means you will be lower, right? But even if it's still lower, it is still high enough for your ball to not slow down too much. So this is what happens with so when if you have a bowler with a low follow through, right? Like one obvious example will be Stuart Williams because of the way that he releases the ball. He has an abrupt swing and he uses vertical resistance to generate ref rate. So just based on the system, his bowling system, it is impossible for him to get a high follow through. So when he has a low follow through, let's say, for example, let's put it in red. If your follow through is only, let's say here, normally, your that means your elbows will only end up here. But in a tense situation, because your muscles are tense, in a high pressure situation, your follow through goes even lower here. So what happens when your follow through is so low? That means you don't get this, you don't get the benefit of the swing from here to here. Your swing only gets like halfway complete, and you don't get the benefits. Your ball speed is going to drop because the swing gets reduced. The distance that the swing travels get reduced. Your ball speed is going to drop. So what happens when your ball speed drop? Your ball is going to hook early. And what happens when your ball hooks? When your ball speed drop, your ball hooks early down the lane. That means, let's say you hit your target. Originally, it's going to be flush, but now it's going to drive straight through the headpins, and it's more than likely going to give you a split, which is, I think Stuart Williams also has a history of like choking. That means whenever he's like second or like when he's close to like a title match, his ball reactions seem to suffer. So my my instinct guess, because this is not a direct analysis of Stuart Williams, but my instinct is that because of his low follow through, he is more than likely to suffer from this issue. That means when it's in a tense situation where he's trying to win a title, or when he is like trying to make the cut, or I mean it's a pressure shot, his muscles get tense and his follow through gets reduced even further. So when his follow through get reduced, it's not as loose, his ball speed suffers, and the ball will go through the nose rather than going through flush pocket. Okay, so that's just talking about Darius follow through.